concept of marriage as a contract. In the dim and distant past, all that was necessary was for a couple to make a declaration to each other as husband and wife, and according to the laws of the time, this meant that they were legally married. Through time, the laws of marriage became more formal, and informal marriage was abolished in many countries. In Scotland, informal marriages continued until the 1940s, when an Act of Parliament established that civil marriages must be conducted by a registrar. In 1977, a new Marriage Act was introduced in Scotland, and today's ceremony is taking place in accordance with that Act. There are many forms of marriage ceremony. Most are longer and much more complex than a civil ceremony, but even though it is short, it is binding both legally and personally as any other form of marriage, and I must remind Galen and Ling of the solemn and serious nature of the vows that they will make before us all here today. All marriage ceremonies require an exchange of promises or declarations, and a civil marriage is no exception. I will be asking you both in turn to confirm that you are free to marry, accept each other as husband and wife, and promise to share your lives together through the good times and the bad. Once these declarations have been made, your marriage to one another will be established. It is also necessary that the bride and groom identify themselves as the persons whose names and addresses are on the schedule. So when I formally ask, are you Galen Charles Mendes, whose usual residence appears on the schedule as Block 614, Bedok Reservoir, Woodson? And are you Ling? So yes. Whose usual residence appears on the schedule as 54 Mariam Walk, Singapore? Thank you. Now, at this point, I'd like to ask Kellyanne to come up and perform a reading. Kellyanne.
This reading is called What is Love? Sooner or later we begin to understand that love is more than verses on Valentine's and romance in movies. We begin to know that love is here and now, real and true, the most important thing in our lives. For love is the creator of our favorite memories and the foundation of our fondest dreams. Love is a promise that is always kept, a fortune that can never be spent, a seed that can flourish in even the most unlikely of places. And this radiance that never fades, this mysterious and magical joy, is the greatest treasure of all, one known only by those who love.
That was lovely. Thanks very much. I will now need to ask you to confirm your vows of intention to one another. So, Galen, you first. Galen, do you take Ling as your wife?
I do.
Try again.
He's keen. My fault. I paused. Do you take Ling to be your wife,
Yes.
to be your friend and companion, to share your life and your love through all the days of your lives?
I do.
Ling, do you take Galen as your husband, to be your friend and companion, to share your life and your love through all the days of your lives?
I do.
Thank you. Now, could you please hold hands, turn and face one another, and repeat the following vows after me, saying them to one another. I, Galen, do solemnly and sincerely declare that I know of no legal impediment to my marrying this woman, Ling, whose hand I hold, and I accept her as my lawful wedded wife. I, Ling, do solemnly and sincerely declare that I know of no legal impediment
any legal impediment
to my marrying this man, Galen,
to my marrying this man,
whose hand I hold,
whose hand I hold,
and I accept him
and I accept him
as my lawful wedded husband.
as my lawful wedded husband.
Galen, repeat after me. I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Galen, do take thee, Ling, to be my lawful wedded wife, to have and to hold, for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
I call upon persons here present to witness the marriage to take thee, Galen, to be my lawful and earnest husband, to have the better for worse, sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, from this day forward. Now, I think you would also like to say your own vows to one another, so Galen, that's your vows. If you would please like to go first and say your vows to Ling.
Today is a big day. It signals the start of many changes, both big and small. A journey that I choose you and nobody else for. And where I once would have been terrified by this, I am today unafraid. I am resolute in this and the foundation that we have laid. My resolve to you is in the things that won't change, that in triumph or failure, health or sickness, wealth or its absence, I will be your friend and companion. That I love you has become a defining part of me. That you love me back is an inspiration, and something I will cherish for the rest of my life. I promise you my love and friendship, to place you first in all things, and to respect, support, and protect you and the things that are important to you for as long as I live.
Thank you very much, Galen. You can do the same, please. Okay, good.
Marriage is the best thing that has happened to me. I can't imagine a day without you, and wish that you were around even earlier in my life. But instead of looking back at what could have been, I look forward to growing old with you, to long walks down the beach, to the movie marathons, to the nights where I scratch your head while you fall asleep, and to all the silly things we will do together. I always have trouble when people ask what I love about you, because I love you without knowing how, or why, or when, or where. I love you straightforwardly, without complexity or pride. And so I love you, and always will, knowing that there will be no other way other than loving you with all my heart till the end of time. And so, without restrictions, I place my unconditional love in you. I will trust you without fear, except for some occasional directional advice. But, regardless of your decisions, I will respect your choice and go forth with you wholeheartedly. I accept you for who you are and demand nothing more than who you already am. I didn't seek for love, but then you came. I didn't ask for perfection, but here you are. I didn't know of inner beauty till you showed me, and thank you for loving me. That is the greatest gift ever, and on this day, I promise to make you whole as you have made me, to make you smile, to walk hand in hand wherever our journey takes us. And today, I promise you me.
Thank you very much. Now, does the best man have the ring? Galen, if you can please place the ring on your third finger, Ling's left hand. Yes, that's lovely. And while doing so, can you please repeat after me? Dear Ling, I give you this ring
I give you this ring
in token and pledge
in token and pledge
of my constant love
of my constant love
and fidelity.
and fidelity.
Galen, I give you this ring in token and pledge
Of my constant love and fidelity.
of my constant love and fidelity.
Hold hands. The exchange of wedding rings is not a legal requirement to marriage in Scotland. However, rings were chosen as the symbol of marriage because of their shape. Being round, they have no beginning or end. They are circles of wholeness, perfect in form, journey together, filled with wonder, surprise, laughter, tears, celebration, grief and joy, and are representative of your constant and everlasting love